Hey guys, I'm here to give you guys today's challenge. Okay, so for today's challenge, I want you guys to try to write something reflective using 4 times. So reflective, it just means just think of something that promotes this I wouldn't say inner dialogue, but this introspective narrative of you or of a scene. So if I put this in like movie terms, it's the scene where the main character or character just is sitting down, just trying to think things out. So it could take a lot of forms. It's very open up to interpretation. So for me personally, when I think of reflective, I think of a lot of um, color tones or added tones. Those are notes that's not that are above the standard first, third, fifth, and seventh chords. So like ninth chords, 11th chords, 13th chords, even added notes like this, like added six, added twos, added fours, and a really good way to do this is to write melodies that focus on these little color tones. Personally, I like using the added ninth a lot, combined with the seventh. Um, but even then, you can just add seven chords, and it has a very reflective tone to it. Other parameters for this, any key, just having a 4/4 time. As for the form, I said 16 measures. You guys can choose any form you want. I am sticking with this form that I've been using this other times, just because it's it's good. It's concise. It promotes fast writing. Um, there are some drawbacks. You can't fully flesh out an ideas. There's sometimes where you want to do more, but it's just something I want to practice with. Now let's go to how I would take this. Like I said, I'm gonna use a bunch of seven chords, and I think let's start with the minor version. Let's do this in A minor. Do the six, a 6/7 chord. Actually, no. Start off with the fourth, 4/7, because I really like that tone. Um, if I stick using if I keep going back to the 4/7, this could turn into a very Lydian sound, which has association with being whimsical and kind of mystical. So I think it might work pretty well, but let's see. It's an F chord. So I just want to quickly, I don't want to write anything too dramatic. Let's just do an F. So F. Let's do an F, C. What's an E? C. Sorry, let me just put it over here so you guys listen to it more. Yeah, that's just an F. You can mess around with the inversions. Actually, I want to make it kind of high. Now, like I said, I want to use seventh chord, so I'm gonna start off with the 7, and I want to keep hitting these extension chords. So, as we said, extension chords are chords that are outside an octave. So, an F chord's F A C. The 7th is an E, so it's still within the octave, but since it's a 7th chord, it does add that tension. Let's add a 9th. So let's think about this now. The 9th of a 7th chord is, let's see, A, C, E is the 7th, and then 2 above E is G. So we hit an E, and that would make it to add some a little more tension towards it. Let's listen. Okay. Da 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 da. And see, you want to resolve. You feel like that little tension. You want to resolve, so you want to resolve down. At least for me, that's where I want to. Okay. See. Da 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 da. I want to continue down. And usually when you do tensions or these color tones, you always want to hit the strong beats. So in 4/4, those are the beat 1 and beat 3. Even though I'm hitting beat 4 with this color tone right here, I'm still hitting beat 3 with a color tone, which is the 7th. And then I can just repeat this little idea, but probably reharmonize it to something different. So let's see, F, A, D. Now I'm taking this from a Lydian approach, so let me think. So our first chord now turns into the 4th chord, but we still use the same chords as a C scale would. Let's think about this. So the first is a C, the first is an F, the 5th is a C. Let's see, the D would be the 6. That's where we have this 6, but that'll be a second. So that's all I have to do. Let's reharmonize this to a 6, maybe 6, 7. So that's an A, E, now I want to change this different. And then that should make all these into 7 chords really quick. I want to keep it on the C. So even though it's the 1 chord, it's the 5th chord in Lydian. But remember, I'm just using Lydian as a reference point, because this is not a true Lydian scale, just because I'm not switching back and forth between the Lydian F versus and comparing it to the other chord tones. So I won't get that Lydian feel, but I still get that sense of, I guess, of difference that's not associated with just the major scale. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep this as is. And as you guys are looking, I'm using a lot of common tones. I'm using quite a few. A lot of pretty good voice leading. That's smooth voice leading down here. I'm using quite a few inversions, especially right around here, here. I'm inverted between the E and the D. Since I decided to make this to a 7th, I can go down to a B. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste this for my next theme. I'm going to keep the same chord progressions, but I think I'm going to change the melody. So da 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 da. Let's work on this a little bit more. Da 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 da. Now here I want to go to a B. Sounds like it. B. So let's see, B. That is a ninth in the sixth chord. So sounds nice. I like that. Then we resolve down to an A, G. Let's do that. Okay, sounds pretty good. I like it. I think I probably want to go a little bit more slower. Just feel that mood. Now, right now, our chords are sounding a little bit rough, just because we're just doing whole notes. So I'm gonna write a little line. And since we have this 4, let's see what happens if I turn them into an arpeggiation. Arpeggiate this as well, using the same pattern. Okay, sounding alright to me. Not exactly what I wanted to go for. But we'll keep on working at it. Of course, I don't have to arpeggiate it. I just wanted to do it just so I can hear what it sounds like. For me, it's making sure I have the right notes before I continue. So let's see. Okay, it's coming along. It does have that little mystic vibe I'm going for, but I think I need to slow down a little bit. I would say it's more on like a mysterious tone and reflective, which is fine. I'm gonna see what else I can do. I'm gonna harmonize these in thirds. Not necessarily sticking with the well, what's in the chord, but more in just harmonizing. Here I'm actually gonna harmonize this section too. I think I'm just gonna do this section, finish it up, and then I'll end it there, just because I don't want this video to be too long, and then you guys probably know what else I'm gonna do anyway, so just want to finish this little phrase. See. Now this is a sin that I'm committing a bunch of parallel fifths. But I want that emptiness, I guess. Actually, it gives me an idea. Let me quickly do parallel fifths and see how that affects the tone of the overall piece. Kind of want that emptiness. Since we're using 7 chords, they fit pretty nice. Okay, I like it. Now another thing to do is gonna do a little bit of a pedal just for this part. Basically just has the effect of adding a pedal note, not pedal note, as a pedal to the piano. And let's do some dynamics really quick. Not that quiet. Honestly, the left hand is playing a lot louder than the right hand that I wanted to. Okay. Another thing that I want to play with really quick is, let's see what happens. I mean, I can do this manually. I can just do this an octave higher. See how that sounds like. Same can be done with the accompaniment. Normally, if I did this, I would write these both in treble clef. And I contrast with this section. Let's go back here. This idea is to play with. I think I'll just keep it in this, within the ledger lines. I think that's a good starting point for me. I will finish the B section and then, wrap it up in the conclusion, but it's gonna read. And this is what I think I'm gonna do. I did a couple of 7th chords, I had a couple of 9ths here and there, just to add it up. And I also, I didn't do correct music theory. I did a bunch of parallel fifths. I harmonized based on the interval instead of harmonizing based on the chords, which can be good and bad because, as you guys know, music theory, especially for anything that's pre-20th century, it's structured in a way where it can be very consonant. It's very, it sounds very pleasing to the ear. But as people of the 21st century, we've grown accustomed to and actually enjoy dissonance, these color tones. If you listen to jazz, if you listen to even some rock and blues, they have these tones, these added 9ths, these 7ths, that add not just simple, consonants, it adds complex sounds. And that's why we're able to demonstrate emotions that are more complex than just happy and sad. We can emulate senses of nostalgia, we can loneliness, not just any loneliness. We can do a wide variety of spectrum. We're not just contained to just simple definition of words. We're able to do a definition of words based on circumstances. These complex things are done because we are able to use these color tones, these extensions that are pretty fun to play with. I know as amateur composers, it's kind of scary. We want to stay within this safety net that we know what to do, which is fine. But as we practice, as we explore, as you saw me, I harmonize by thirds, but then after hearing an interval right over here, the 5th, I really liked how that sounded, and I was not afraid to use parallel fifths. It fits really well. It fits the tone that I wanted to. I mean, I could have just done within the, what's diatonic. Well, all these are diatonic notes, but what's consonant within this chord that I've defined. But as you explore, you're able to make more, more decisions based on that. So I think that's pretty cool, and I hope you guys experiment a little bit with this, this little challenge we have today. Well, I'll see you guys, and hope you guys are doing these challenges and they are proven to be helpful. See you.